Goosebumps. I read the books when I was little. I was 6 years old when I started reading them. I used to be part of the Scholastics book club just so I could get the Goosebumps books as soon as they come out. I used to watch this TV series on Fox Kids, and I used to have the Haunted Mask on VHS. And to tell you the truth, I thought that the Haunted Mask is one of my favorite episodes from the TV series and also one of my favorite books. So, when I heard that a live action movie based on the Goosebump book series is about to be made, I have to admit I was pretty excited. I was like, oh my god, coming out in the year 2015, so much nostalgia. We have the Jurassic Park movie, the Terminator movie, the Star Wars movie, and now we have a movie based on Goosebumps? Awesome. But within seconds I was like, oh my god, Sony's probably gonna fuck this up. I have to admit though, from the trailers and the promotional materials, it didn't look bad. It looked pretty decent. And Jack Black looked like he could be a lot of fun. So yeah, my best friend and I went to go see a double feature of Goosebumps and Crimson Peak. So we went to see Goosebumps first, and I have to say that the movie was meh. It wasn't bad. It was pretty harmless. It's aimed towards the kids, and it was fine. But I don't know which audience this movie is trying to aim for, because if it's trying to aim for people my age, I stopped reading the Goosebumps books when I was 12 years old, and that was 15 years ago. So the majority of its readers have to be in their late 20s or early 30s. I don't know if kids today read Goosebumps books, so if they do, then that makes so much sense. But if it's aimed towards the people who read it in the 90s, yeah, this movie did not fully satisfy. So yeah, I feel like this movie is trying to please everyone. So nostalgia for the readers from the 90s, and also it's geared towards the kids. So there's so many of these jokes, and some of them are very adult, but a lot of these jokes did not land. They're just awkward. There's one joke about twerking, another joke about making fun of gay people. So yeah, these jokes were not really funny. I felt like SpongeBob has better writing than this. Jack Black, he is a lot of fun. He is a blast. Jack Black plays three characters: R.L. Stine, Slappy the Dummy, and the Invisible Boy. But the movie doesn't really focus on him that much. Instead, the movie decides to focus on these two characters, Zach, played by Dylan Minnette, and Hannah, played by Odea Rush. Now, I gotta say that the acting in this movie is not bad. It's serviceable. I thought Odea Rush as Hannah was very likable. I thought she was pretty good. I wish the movie mostly focused on her relationship with her father, R.L. Stine. But no, the movie decides that the main lead has to be Zach, and he is dull. Yeah, his acting isn't bad, but his character's pretty dull. I don't feel like he had much of an arc. His character did not really grow. At least to me, it didn't feel like there was any progress with his character. I guess he learned something in the end, but not really, not that much. So yeah, we have this dull character and also his fucking annoying sidekick. Champion, played by Ryan Lee. Ryan Lee is not a bad actor. He did what he's supposed to do. He was fine in This Is 40. He was fine in Super 8. But here, he was so annoying, so obnoxious. His character fucks things up. He just keeps making the situation worse, and he's a coward. Are we really supposed to like this character? Are we supposed to laugh at everything he does? Ugh. The most redeeming thing about him is that he is a punching bag for Jack Black, basically. And also, I guess he does something good for once, because there's this scene where he sees this werewolf about to harm this girl he has a raging boner for, so he decides to attack the werewolf head on, and he bites the shoulder of the werewolf so he could get the hottest girl in the school. So yeah, that's it, I guess. But like I said, there are some jokes involving him that are funny, but he isn't funny. If the movie did not have him, the movie would have been so much better. You have to slog through the first 30 minutes because it focuses on the unnecessary romance between Zach and Hannah, and it's one of those romances where two characters meet each other for the first time and they fall in love within 2 days. That's basically it. So I really don't like that kind of romance. Once you slog through the first 30 minutes, then the fun begins. The monsters started coming out of the books. They start creating chaos. They cause havoc. They cause so much destruction. Then all the monsters join together to try to stop R.L. Stine from sucking them back into the books. And it's kind of like the kiddie version of the cabin in the woods with all the monster chaos. Oh my god. It's great to see these monsters. You have Slappy from Night of the Living Dummy 1, 2, and 3. The Jack-o'-lanterns from Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns. Abominable Snowman from Abominable Snowman of Pasadena. The Werewolf from Fever Swamp. The Lawn Gnomes from Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes. Giant Praying Mantis from Shocker on Shock Street. And all these creatures and monsters. Favorite monster from your favorite book is probably not on the big screen. I mean, to me, like I said, I like the Haunted Mask, but I don't think I've seen the Haunted Mask anywhere in the movie. I could be wrong though, because there's a lot of quick cuts of the monster, so probably it's in there. I just did not see it well enough. But to me, I felt like I didn't see it. Unless there's like a... I forgot the character's name from the Haunted Mask. Was it Carly Ray Beth or Carly Lee or something like that? I forgot. Carly something, and she had the Haunted Mask, so yeah. Let me know in the comments below if you do see it though. You see all these chaos, all these monsters bringing back to life, so yeah, it is a lot of fun seeing these monsters. I have to admit though, if this wasn't a kids movie, if this wasn't rated PG, I would say that the CGI is atrocious. I mean, it's not like the animation is bad, it's just that you can really tell that it's really CGI, that it looks really fakey CGI. It's like, I'm not saying that it's lazy work or something like that, it's just like it's not really rendered right. But here's the thing though, if this movie was rated PG-13 or rated R, yeah, I would say the animation's atrocious, I would say the CGI is atrocious. But, since this is a kids movie, and also I believe that the animators and the designers wanted to have the feel of the covers of the Goosebumps books, then they actually did their job right. I mean, the Abominable Snowman looks like he came from the cover of the Abominable Snowman of Pasadena. The werewolf looked like he came straight out of the Werewolf from Fever Swamp. So I was mostly okay with that. But they do have some physical, actual physical suits. Slappy is a physical dummy, so I'm happy about that. And to me, the best CGI in the movie happens to be the lawn gnomes. And I gotta applaud the designers on them. That is very good CGI. I mean, the lawn gnome scene in the kitchen is one of the... It's the best scene in the entire film. Mostly because it reminds me so much of Gremlins. So you have all these lawn gnomes attacking the gang with pickaxes and hammers and also knives, and they try to kill them and all that stuff. So the gang fights back. They destroy them with frying pans, broomsticks, garbage disposals, and also shove them into the oven so they can melt. Oh my god, that scene was a lot of fun. And also the lawn gnomes get destroyed by bear traps at one point. That was pretty cool. But what made that scene even more intense is that's when you realize that the monsters can't die. So every time that the gang believes they destroy one of the lawn gnomes, all the lawn gnomes have to do is repair itself back together and just like new. And I love the animations on them. Every time they have a facial expression like you know, looking sinister and stuff like that, they reveal cracks in their shells and stuff. That was very good detail. I just love it. That was the best scene in the movie. And seeing all these monsters trying to destroy the high school too, that was pretty cool. I loved it. And like I said, not a lot of the jokes land, but R.L. Stine, I mean, Jack Black provides some of the biggest laughs. Especially this running gag with him being compared as Stephen King, and oh my god, it was funny. And I love the part where they're at the high school, he gets the typewriter, he's about to type his story so he could suck all the monsters back into the book. But then he goes into the auditorium and he realizes that it's a stage play of The Shining. So he's like, goodness grief. So then he's typing like mad on the typewriter, and he's a lot like Jack Torrance from The Shining. I love that joke, that was great. And Slappy as the main villain, great idea. Oh my god, such a great idea. Him bringing all the monsters back and just to get revenge on R.L. Stine, that was great. And I do like the fact that he's kind of like an alter ego of R.L. Stine. So he and R.L. Stine has a bigger connection. It's like, okay, they were best buddies before, but then they separated, so the dummy really wants revenge. And he's voiced by Jack Black. Jack Black was his voice was awesome. Who you're calling dummy, dummy? Yes, and they said some of the classic lines from the Goosebumps books. I loved it. So I have to talk about the ending. So spoilers from here on out, because I have to talk about the good thing about the ending and the bad thing about the ending. Okay, so there is a twist involving Hannah. At first, when you hear that she's homeschooled by R.L. Stine and they have to move around a lot, I was like, okay, probably it's because of their books. Sometimes one of them opens and they cause chaos, so they have to run away again. No, that isn't really the case. It turns out that Hannah is a monster. She's created from R.L. Stine's imagination. And I didn't even get that at first. I thought that was a pretty good twist. So, yeah, she's actually a ghost, and I believe she's from one of the classic Goosebumps books. I believe it's from my neighbor is a ghost or something like that. I could be wrong. The name Hannah sounds like a very familiar character. Zach has fallen in love with her, but at the same time, he was like, "Listen, man, you didn't. Does Hannah even know that she's a ghost? That she's a monster?" And Arlstein explains that no, she doesn't, and he's trying to protect her because all this time, Arlstein is alone. He's lonely. His wife died. He's all alone in his house, and he's been bullied when he was young, so he doesn't want to feel alone anymore. So that's why he created Hannah. And I thought that was very touching. I thought that was heartwarming. That was great. Later on, the Arlstein's hands break. Hands get broken because Slappy broke his hands. So Arlstein can't finish typing up the story. Zach has to finish typing it up. He writes the ending. But the problem is that Zach made a mistake. He said all the monsters get sucked back into the book. When he realized his mistake, all the monsters include Hannah. So at this point, he felt bad because he doesn't want Hannah to get sucked back into the portal. But Hannah's like, listen, I know I'm a ghost. I mean, how many times can I have a sweet 16? So yeah, Hannah sacrifices herself, and so Zach doesn't want to let her go, but she said, you have to move on, you have to keep going, you have to move on with your life. And so that was very touching, and she gets sucked into the book. And yeah, I thought that was a good ending right there. It should have ended basically right there. That Hannah's gone, Arlstein and Zach have to move from their losses and have to keep going on with their lives because Zach lost a father, and yeah, I understand how bad that feels, and he understands that Arlstein losing a daughter, yeah, that's also pretty tragic. So yeah, that was a heartwarming scene. Then they fucked it up in minutes. All Arlstein has to do is type up Hannah again. Apparently that's how easy it was. Yeah. I hate one of those. I hate that kind of ending. Like in Big Hero 6. I love the movie. And I was teary-eyed when I thought Baymax is gone, Baymax is dead, and then Hero has to move on without Baymax. But no! All Baymax did was give him the memory chip so Hero could make another Baymax. Woohoo! No harm done. I don't like that kind of ending, seriously. Hannah should have just been gone. She should have been sacrificed. That's it. That was a worthy ending. But no, Arlstein has to change the rules, apparently. Blah, 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 blah. So yeah, he types up Hannah again. And like I said, Zach has the hots for Hannah. But she's created from the mind of Arlstein. She is Arlstein's imagination. That's kind of freaking creepy when you really think about it. I'm not sure if the screenwriters really thought about it too much, or probably we're just overthinking it. But yeah, Zach is pretty much in love with Arlstein. And also, my best friend is like, would it be funny if Arlstein typed up, oh yeah, she has bigger boobs now. And then, apparently, the twist. The Invisible Boy did not get sucked into the book. That I call bullshit. Because Zach clearly wrote all the monsters to get sucked back into the book, which included Hannah. But no, the Invisible Boy, yep, he didn't get sucked back into the book. How do you explain that? I mean, was it a mistake that Zach did? Did he say, oh, every single monster except the Invisible Boy? What? Or the Invisible Boy is not considered a monster or something? What? I don't get it. How did he not get sucked back in? And then after this, you see this amazing animation which shows all the Goosebumps books covers. Well, not all of them, but it shows some of them, and it's really well done. Seriously, one of the best parts about the movie. Bravo, whoever worked on the ending credits. That was brilliant. I loved it. Yeah, it shows the cover art of the Goosebumps book covers, but it animated in such a way, so it was really good, and it's all detailed and stuff like that. I just loved it. That was great. And yeah, there are a couple jokes that I did like Arlstein is talking to Hannah saying, listen, I gotta face my demons, okay? I can't let any harm come to you or the others. And Champion's like, I believe in you. And then Arlstein yells back, shut up! Just shut up! I'm sorry, but shut up! That one I liked. That was pretty funny. And also, you do see a cameo from Arlstein. He walks in the hallway as Jack Black passes him. He's like, Mr. Black? Mr. Stein? That was funny. And the music was pretty decent. It's from Danny Elfman. And honestly, I think the beginning of the movie, it's like some epic version of the Goosebumps theme song, but I could be wrong. It's like dun 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 dun, something like that. The movie, like I said, it is well made. It should have been way better, but at the same time, I understand it's supposed to be harmless. I'm not considering that the movie is lazy, but I don't know. Does it feel rushed? Kinda. But it's basically Jumanji, except with the Goosebumps monsters. But if I have to choose between which one to show to my future kids, Goosebumps or Jumanji, I'd rather pick Jumanji, especially because it has Robin Williams. So yeah, Goosebumps. I don't think I'll ever buy this on Blu-ray. I'll probably rent it one more time because, like I said, the Monster Chaos was a lot of fun, and I do like Odeya Rush's character. But here's the thing, I think this will probably fix the movie more. The movie should have just focused on Hannah and Arl Stein. Do not include Zach. Do not include Zach's family. Do not include the freaking idiotic sidekick. No, just focus on her and her relationship with her father. That Hannah accidentally made a mistake. She unleashed all the monsters, so she and Arl Stein has to bring them back together into the book. But then Arl Stein accidentally made the mistake by typing that all the monsters get sucked back together. So Hannah also has to get sucked back in, but Arl Stein didn't want that. But Hannah's like, listen, I know that I'm a ghost. I know that you created me. I'm okay with this. You have to move on with your life. So yeah, I thought that would have been a better movie. That should have been the movie. But no, we have this unnecessary romance, and it was really creepy when you really think about it too much. That's how I feel about the Goosebumps movie. Write down in the comments below if you've seen the movie. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know. And if you're a big fan of the Goosebumps books, which book is your most favorite? Let me know. Guys, if you like this video, please click the like button. If you like to subscribe, there's an annotation here for subscribing. So until next time, guys, see you later, and thank you for watching.